Forget to make dining reservations and not in the mood for another quick service burger? I got you. Let's talk about the lounges of Walt Disney World. Welcome to Roaming Yeti's Travel Beyond the Guidebook, where we help our busy fellow adventurers maximize their limited vacation time. I'm your host and head Yeti, Beth Scalacci. I'm here to share stories, hidden gems, and insider tips to help you plan trips that are unique and meaningful to you. In each episode, I delve into the world of pop culture destinations, theme parks, roadside attractions, and nostalgic locations. And you know what? We're uncovering their secrets and backstories. Are you ready? Let's roam! Welcome back. Today I am sharing our favorite lounges at Walt Disney World Resort, both in the parks and outside. There are times in the parks when you just need a break from the crowds and, quite honestly, the heat. And maybe you don't want to take time for a full meal, or like me, you forgot to make your dining reservations ahead of time. So the lounges have really become our go-tos when in Disney World. And I feel like they're a great third dining option in that they aren't a sit-down restaurant requiring those reservations, and they're a lot better than a quick serve. So lounges are not adult only. Bring the kids. They always have fun mocktails, great food. So, let's dive in. I like the vibe of the lounges. They are usually calmer. They just give you some time to recharge and grab something to eat. There are many lounges throughout the parks and resort areas. I'm going to share ones that we like best. If we have not made it to all the lounges in the park, trust me, there are a lot. So if your favorite isn't on my list, don't worry. It may just be because we haven't made there yet. So let's start in the parks. In Epcot, our first stop is going to be Tutto Wine Cellar. And this is in the Italian Pavilion. It's actually located right next to Tutto Italia. Now, this is a really cozy, sort of intimate wine cellar. It has that rustic Italian decor, just real comfortable, real comfortable seating, and it has that old world Italian wine cellar feel. Now they have, for you wine fans, they have an extensive list of over 200 Italian wines. They have small plates like cheese and charcuterie boards, which was delicious. They have paninis, they have pasta, they have dessert. Last time when we were there, actually in May, you could order from the full menu from Tutto Italia. So I assuming that's still it. And Disney's site doesn't mention a menu, but you can always check and find out and ask before you sit down or check it out. Now, while the reason I like it, like I said, it's just a cozy little lounge. It just makes you feel, I don't know, it's just a relaxing place. Now, it's not quiet. I will say it can get very loud in there, but it's just a great way to get off your feet and relax in some air conditioning. The great thing about Epcot is there's a lot of places to eat and drink. There's not a lot of places to get out from the heat. So this is a fun little place to check it out. It's a walk-in lounge. So in May, we actually walked into Tutto Italia and tell them we want to eat in the wine cellar. I think we waited about 20 minutes to get our seats, and they will seat you. But like I said, it's just a place to get out of the the weather and the crowds and relax a little bit. Now, the other place I'm going to mention in Epcot is the Space 220 Lounge, and this is in World Discovery near Mission Space. So this is a very immersive experience. It simulates a space station. You're going up in a space station with views of Earth from 220 miles above. It's very themed. It's almost like a spaceship cruise cruising kind of situation when you get up there. Um, if you're in the space and just to experience one, it's a very cool experience. Um, the nice thing is, unlike the restaurant part of Space 220, the restaurant is price fixed, but the lounge is a la carte, or at least it has been. I'll explain. They have themed cocktails like a black hole fashioned and shuttle crew. They even have fun names for their small plates of an astro deviled eggs. blue moon cauliflower, and then short rib sliders. Now, like I said, it's a fun experience. Did we need another really good food option in Epcot? No, I'm not sure. I've had the steak frites there. I will take a steak at Le Cellier anytime over the Space 220, but that's me. Um, I really wish they had put this in Tomorrowland in Magic Kingdom, but they didn't. But it's very cool. I think it's worth at least once going. It's undergone so many changes. So when we first tried, we were able to wait in line, do like a walk-up list to the lounge part. And now I think you need full reservations for both of them. So reservations can be hard to snag, but you know, just check it out when your dining room reservation window opens, and you might be able to grab a last minute if someone has, you know, canceled their reservation. You just never know. So, always check those dining reservations. So now we're going to go over to Animal Kingdom and one of my favorite lounges in all of Disney World, the Nomad Lounge. It is on Discovery Island right next to Tiffin's restaurant. It's tranquil, it's exotic, it's inspired by world travel and adventure, and it has really comfortable seating. It has beautiful views of the little river that goes by. It's just it's one of my favorite places. They have specialty cocktail like a Hightower Rocks, which is actually a watermelon margarita, which I will highly recommend. I usually drink beer even at lounges, but I can definitely recommend that margarita. I had it last September. And it was very tasty, very strong. So watch yourself there. But that might just be the beer drinker in me, me talking about that. The food is mainly small plates. It has Tiffin's, like world famous bread service, which is very good. Sliders, churros. They often have a charcuterie and cheese board, which we get almost every time we're there. I mentioned the churros. They are the best churros on Walt Disney World property. I'm not even going to get into the Disneyland, Disney World churro debate right now, but if you know, you know. Like I said, this is a favorite place of mine. It's a perfect way to relax, soak in the atmosphere and the vibe of Animal Kingdom. I even like sitting outside. It's, usually shady enough and you feel a little cooler. The food is top notch. There is a walk-up wait list that you get on for Nomad. So once you are physically sort of close to the lounge, open up your Disney World app, search for Nomad Lounge, and once on their page, you'll see the option to join the wait list. They will text you when your table is ready. Now, one of the things is it might say that it's full, the wait list is full. We have found that usually only means for a certain time period. I don't know what the time period is, but I found that if we go back and check every once in a while, that it sometimes becomes available. So again, keep an eye on that app and see if you can get on that walk-up wait list. My next recommendation for lounges in Animal Kingdom is called the Restaurantosaurus Lounge, and that's in Dino Land, USA. I don't know how long it'll be there, so go check it out. This is a dinosaur-themed lounge, obviously, that's within the Restaurantosaurus quick serve. So it's very small, and honestly, finding the outside door can be a little confusing, but this has become sort of a favorite stop for us to grab a mid-afternoon beer or soda. They have fun dinosaur named cocktails. You can get a bag of chips, but that's really all the food they have. But you can go over to Restaurantosaurus and grab something to eat and bring it over. Like I said, it's very small. I think there's 3 or 4 tables. So it can fill up, but still see if you can get inside. It's worth it. It's tucked away. It is really good for, again, air conditioning on a hot day. And it's usually pretty quiet because even if there is people, they're usually if there's a line, they're usually taking the drinks to go. The weird thing to me is I cannot find a mention of this lounge on the Disney website or app, but we were there in May, and I know someone that was just there in June. Um, so I don't know why it's not on there, if they don't really consider it a full lounge, but it's there. If it's still there, if Dino Land's still there, pop in. It's definitely a cute little place, and I love the dinosaur theming. I think we're all aware of that. So let's jump over to Hollywood Studios. For probably my second favorite lounge in Disney, I don't know. Baseline Tap House, and this is on Grand Avenue near Muppet Vision 3D. And it's just got the California craft brewery vibe, that modern industrial exposed brick. It has outdoor seating, and it's laid back and casual, but it has California craft beers, ciders, wine, and small bites. It has one of the best pretzels on resort, I think. There's a cheese and charcuterie board. You're gonna see a theme about me and charcuterie boards in Disney World, but or anywhere for that matter. They also have spiced almonds, and all the food is great. It's really a favorite stop of ours. I think we pretty much stop there every trip. The almonds that I mentioned, we just recently discovered these, and they were a great snack. They last, you get a fair amount. You can carry around the park. Don't sleep on them. They're a really, really good snack, and we've enjoyed grabbing them. For the non-drinkers, they have very popular strawberry hibiscus soda and a wild strawberry lemonade that are very good. So, definitely pop in and try that. This is, I said it was outdoor seating. So, as long as the weather's not terrible, it's it's great. Um, they used to have a few tables inside, but I wouldn't count on getting one. And this is a walk-up lounge. You just have to stand in line sometimes to order, but it goes pretty quickly. Again, it's nothing really fancy, but the food is good. It's just a night stop, and definitely check that out. My other suggestion in Hollywood Studios is Brown Derby Lounge, and that's located on Hollywood Boulevard when you're sort of walking in towards the theater. And again, this is another open air lounge. It's right outside of the Hollywood Brown Derby restaurant. And it just has a Hollywood theme. The theming's not really anything outside. It's just sort of a covered patio kind of thing. But the thing you can get is their Cobb salad. And that's mainly what I go to the Brown Derby Lounge for. I love the salad so much. It's one of our favorites to get. And this is a great place to get it. Like Baseline, all the seating is outside. So if you are there in the summer, try to get a reservation for inside so you can get the Cobb salad. But if I had to choose between Brown Derby and Baseline for my visit, it really comes down to how hungry I was and what I wanted to eat. So if I wanted snacks, I would definitely do Baseline. It just has a better vibe to me. If I wanted a full menu, really wanted a meal, wanted that salad, Brown Derby is the choice for sure. And just like Nomad Lounge, Brown Derby has one of the walk-up waitlist that you can get on the app. That one's a little easier to get into than Nomad, but like I said, if you want that menu, but don't, all the time of sitting down. Plus, the other thing we've learned in lounges, a lot of times when you do the sit-down meals, they sort of they want you in and out. So you get in, and it's not a set time, but you can sort of feel like they're probably not going to ask you if you want a second beer or a second cocktail. And that's great. I understand there's a lot of people to get through. In the lounge, that is definitely not the vibe you get. They are happy to get you another drink, happy to get you dessert, let you sit a little bit. And I think that's another reason. Like, you're just not rushed. So that's why we enjoy those for sure. Now, I am going to give you one more recommendation in Hollywood Studios. And that's going to be Oga's Cantina. Now, that's located over in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. And this is immersive Star Wars theming. It is a cantina. It has, I mean, it looks like a Star Wars set for sure. It's fun. We got our favorite space DJ Rex, spinning the tunes. It's just a really cool place. They have unique beverages. They have one called the Fuzzy Tauntaun, which apparently numbs your mouth a little bit. And there's a Jedi mind trick. There's non-alcoholic drinks. There's beer. And then they have a few small bites, but it's not really an eating location. So Oga's is a fun time. We've been there a few times. Is it my favorite? No, it's not. um, but that's because it just goes against why I enjoy the lounges. So let me break it down. And so you're either going to be sat somewhere where you have to stand the whole time. There's not bar or high chairs at the high tables. Or you're going to be put at a table with at least one other group, which is fine, but it just doesn't make for the most relaxing time. Now, my other issue with Oga's is they have a 45-minute limit. So, again, not relaxing. I understand why they do it. I don't have an issue with they do it, but it's I go to Oga's for a different experience. I go to have the Oga's experience, not to have a relaxing lounge experience. So in that 45 minutes, if you don't finish your drink or if you started a second drink, they will just put it in a plastic cup and send you on your way. So, if you're a Star Wars fan, it's a must. You have to see it. If you're casual Star Wars fans, I think it's worth a trip once, but just be known, like, this isn't the place you're going to sit, have a nice little relaxing meal and a drink. It's not like that. Now, you can get reservations. I do recommend it. I've seen people walk up and get put on a list. I would try to get a reservations. It has not been difficult the past few times we've gone to sort of get a last minute reservation. So, keep an eye on that. So I would head to Magic Kingdom for our next lounge, but as of right now, there are no lounges in Magic Kingdom. So last year they announced that a pirate themed lounge was coming and it was going to take over the place where Tortuga Tavern is. I'm really hoping we get a few more details this summer at the D23. And I'm super intrigued to see how this is going to work because as of right now, you cannot carry alcoholic drinks around Magic Kingdom. There's a few restaurants where you can order them, but you cannot leave the restaurant with those. This is a great idea. I have no problem with walking and drinking being allowed in all the other parks, but I don't want to see it in Magic Kingdom. There's enough going on in Magic Kingdom. There's enough people. I don't think we need to fuel it. So will there be a 45-minute limit like Oga's? Will it be more of a restaurant? I am so intrigued to see what this is. Will it be more like a Skipper Canteen? I don't know. Ever since they announced it, they didn't give a lot of information, so it'll be interesting. Will it hold more people than some of the lounges they've built? I don't know. Stay tuned. As soon as I find or hear more, I'm sure I'll be discussing it. So now we've hit all my favorites in the parks. And now we're going to head out of the parks. And the first stop here is going to be Disney Springs. So in Disney Springs, my favorite is Jock Lindsay's Hangar Bar. And that's located in the landing. It's got this aviation themed bar and it's inspired by a character that was in Indiana Jones for a very short period of time. It was Indy's pilot, Jock Lindsay. And it has just those cool Indiana Jones theming and aviation artifacts. It's a really cool place. They have specialty cocktails like everywhere else. They have some called Fountain of Youth and Reggie's Revenge. They also have small plates including Air Pirates cargo loaded pretzel, which is really good. It's a big pretzel, and then it has like meats and cheeses, sort of a think charcuterie board and pretzel all together. Um, the theming's a lot of fun in here, like I said, and they really decorate it cool. They go all out at Christmas. They put up decorations. They have a special menu. And the outdoor area is really nice, looking over the water. Like I said, the food is really good. This is really one of my go-tos um, at Disney Springs. It's a walk-in, and sometimes you have to wait to get in there. So it just depends. There's a lot of options at Disney Springs, but if you are an indie fan, I feel like you need to go check it out. Um, as with anything at Disney Springs, you're probably going to be better off on a weekday than trying to get in there on a weekend night. Also found in the landing at Disney Spring is called Enzo's Hideaway. So there's Enzo's and then there's Enzo's Hideaway. It's got a speakeasy vibe. It's quote unquote hidden away. With basically the entrance is downstairs from the main restaurant. But don't worry, there's signs pointing you the way. I understand it sort of defeats the purpose, but I get it. They have to let people know where it is. But it's Italian inspired food and cocktails. I like the sort of speakeasy vibe once you're inside. They also have this huge fridge full of Italian meats and cheese. It's just cool. It just sort of, I don't know, it just has that sort of basement hidden vibe. You can make reservations. I've walked in both times. Again, lunchtime during the week is not very busy. But again, there's a lot of lounges in the area. So, pick what you're looking for, look at menus. But right now, those are my two favorites so far. Next, I want to head over to the boardwalk area of the resort. Now, this is probably my favorite area to stay in due to its proximity to both Hollywood Studios and Epcot. It's about 10 to 15-minute walk to either one. And there are a lot of fun pool bars in this area, but I'm not going to go into them for this list. Maybe we'll do a pool bar list at another time. On Disney's Boardwalk, there is Abracadabra, and it's a magic-themed bar, has this sort of enchanted feel, mysterious. It's all themed to magicians, which is really sort of different for Disney. That's not really their thing. I don't want to say it's not their thing. It's unlike anything else I've seen within the park. It's really cool. They have creative cocktails like Parlor Trick and Pepper's Ghost. And they have a selection of some appetizers and small plates. As I said, I love the boardwalk area, but we've stayed at the boardwalk resort a lot. And the bar within there in the hotel isn't that special. So it's fun to go down and experience the theming at Abracadabra. They have some seating inside and out. So it just depends on which experience you want. And this is a walk-in lounge. And again, if you need a break, like anything on the boardwalk, my suggestions are if you need a break from Epcot, come out the back entrance and like where you would go to get the Skyliner and just walk over to Boardwalk and get a little peace and quiet over there. Another place that I recommend on the boardwalk area is Ale and Compass Lounge, which is in the Yacht Club Resort. It sort of has this dark, cozy, sophisticated vibe with, the dark woods, the leather chairs. It's just like a subtle nautical decor, but it's very relaxing in there. Again, they have specialty drinks. They have a maple old fashioned that people really like. They have a spicy pomegranate margarita that sounds really interesting. And then small plates and shareable dishes. We have the Parker House rolls, and it comes with bacon jam, pub cheese, and citrus butter. And I know, you're you bought rolls. They were so good, and the 3 spreads on them are, it's It's very good. They also have a bacon cheeseburger if you're more on the hungry side, but if you're snacking, definitely try out those Parker House rolls. We stopped there once. Like I said, it's just a good place to sneak away, and it's a walk-in lounge, so you can go check that out. Now, another resort we just recently went to is Riviera Resort. And we decided to check out Bar Riva there, and it's not in the pool area, but it's near the pool area. And this resort, first of all, is gorgeous. And Bar Riva has like this elegant, stylish, like European seaside vibe. Um, like you feel like you're in sort of the Italian or French Riviera. It's an outdoor lounge, but it had like fans and stuff, so it didn't feel as hot as I thought it would. They have, again, signature cocktails. They have a spiked iced tea. They have a pineapple mule. And then food wise, it's all Mediterranean inspired. And we had a burrata salad. We had the arancini. And then I think we probably had the cheese and charcuterie plate. I don't know. That's, like I said, it's a common thread for us. Like I said, we finally had visited in May. It was really good. It's a hotel on the Skyliner stop, so it's just really easy to get in and out of as well. And this also is a walk-in lounge. Now, the next two lounges I have already mentioned during our monorail crawl episode, but I'm just going to repeat them in case you didn't listen to that one. The monorail hotels. I'm going to point out Steakhouse 71 Lounge. This is in Contemporary. And this is just sort of, I don't know, it has nod to the 70s, but not in the like paneling, wall paneling way. It's just this very cool modern nod to the 70s. They have classic cocktails. They have small plates, including a crab cake, which I find very delightful. They have a loaded mac and cheese. They used to have a peanut butter and jelly wing, but they've replaced them with a chipotle honey barbecue wing. Now, John says they're good, but they're not anywhere as good as the peanut butter and jelly ones. This has become another of our favorite stops. We like to sit at the bar, get a bite to eat. The bartenders are so entertaining. And it's just, again, it's sort of a nice break, especially from coming out of Magic Kingdom, going over. And if you don't want to sit at the bar, they have couches and some nice lounge area. Again, this is a walk-in lounge, so, depending on when you go, it should be pretty easy to get seating. And no list would be complete without Trader Sam's Grog Grotto, which is at the Polynesian. This is your tiki bar. This has interactive elements and immersive special effects. Like, think of the tiki room from Magic Kingdom, but it's a bar. Like, it's just, there's so much to look at. They have, again, exotic tiki drinks. They have a zombie drink. They have a hippopotam Mai Tai. And then they have some Polynesian inspired appetizers like sushi and dumplings. And we made it into the grotto once, and it was a super fun experience. The theming is so immersive, and depending on what drink you order, you may encounter some other surprises. The drinks here are super strong. I think I've mentioned that before, and I may have learned this the hard way on my 50th birthday. So, cautionary tale there for you. If you can't make it into the grotto, I think it's called the Tiki Terrace, which is outside. It's the same menu. It's not as fun, but it's still good drinks, good food. This is a walk-in, but you're probably going to have to wait. I think we were on the waiting list for like 2 hours when we got in. So just plan accordingly and you'll do fine. Now, I want to give 2 other lounges as honorable mentions. And it's just to consider depending on your taste. One is Rose and Crown Pub in the UK Pavilion at Epcot. This is your traditional British pub, authentic decor, warm, inviting, British beers and ciders. They have a cocktail called the Welsh Dragon. And the only reason it's really on my honorable mention is it just gets super crowded and can get very loud. It's a definite party bar, which is, if that's what you're looking for, this is a spot for you. You'll definitely make new friends. It's a lot of fun, but I'm usually looking for a place to sort of unwind a bit. So we do go in and get to-go drinks, but we rarely stay just because of the crowds. The last one is the Tune-In Lounge, which is in Hollywood Studios on Echo Lake. It has a retro 1950s theme, and it's sort of designed to resemble a classic, like, mid-century living room. So this is an extension of the 50s Primetime Cafe, and it features that vintage decor. It has classic cocktails and specialty drinks, like a Tune-In PBJ cocktail and Dad's Electric Lemonade. We have not been in this one for a long time because, quite honestly, we forget it's there, which is why it's on my honorable mentions list, because I just forget and we haven't tried it for a while. It is a nice sort of hidden, out-of-the-way lounge. It can get you out of the heat. It can get you out of the crowds. So definitely another one within Hollywood Studios to consider. So how did I do? Like, have you been to any of these lounges at Walt Disney World? Do you have a favorite I should visit on our next trip? Let me know, hit me up on one of the social media accounts or join our Facebook group. We have a Facebook group called Roaming Yeti Travel Flurry, where we can share ideas and we can talk about it. The more the merrier. I love it. So let me know what your favorite is. But I hope this episode inspires you to get out, explore, and make the most of your time. Follow or subscribe so you don't miss future episodes. And if you like what we're doing, tell a friend and leave a review and a rating. You can also follow me on Instagram or Facebook. Just search for The Roaming Yeti and keep roaming.